Hello. Hi, Beverly. How are you? You're the door holder. How's everybody doing? Is this Tuesday? Damn, I don't even know what day it is. I thought it was Wednesday for the beginning portion of the morning. that's the bad thing about when you do not work outside your house. I like it happens to me all the time. I can quite literally, no exaggeration, I can lose at least one day somewhere out here in the ether because, and the good news for me, it's usually a Friday. That's the best thing. I'll be wandering around and my husband will say something about, well, it's Friday, so I've got a light day. And I'm like, it's Friday? Shit, I thought it was Thursday. Oh, good morning. Hi, Clancy. Hey, Nonsense. How are you? Girl, I was cleaning my closet listening to you yesterday. And when I have to get things done in my life, I have all these little strategies I try to use to just listen to YouTube, but not do this. So I take the phone instead of hooking into like the iPad or, something else. I take the most difficult device possible so that I will be not tempted to. That usually lasts about 27 seconds. But I'll have you know, I did complete my closet cleaning task, at least the one I was in. So good on that. Blank screen. Good morning. The bane of Bull Scorn Betty's existence has entered the building. Behind burnt toast, of course. I just hope I'm on that list. Damn, there's a lot of lists in this place. There's some I definitely do not want to be on, and there's some I hope I'm on. Please excuse the fact that my hands are quite obviously 12 shades lighter than the rest of me. Even Lisa likes to DIY. And last night, as I was closet cleaning, there's a brand of t-shirts that I love. Magnolia Pearl. Now they make other things too, but it's like Little House on the Prairie, boho chic. But I don't buy the other clothes because they just don't look good on me. They're for tall girls, very long and lanky. But I am a huge fan of their t-shirts. I love them. They are one size. And they are, listen, nothing's cheap in this world. As far as t-shirts go, they're not the most expensive out there, but what I'm getting at is the only one I have that's like a beige color. Well, I had a little laundry boo-boo accident. I guess I threw it in. It accidentally went in with some jeans that bled on it. And you know how when you do that and you get those like blue smudge marks? So I thought, okay, how am I going to fix this? Because I'm like, I'm not throwing that damn t-shirt out. I love it, but it just looks, no. So I thought, Self, don't you have a bottle of Rit dye somewhere, Self? Well, yes, Self did. And then Self had another problem because Self's husband was probably going to blow an aneurysm when he saw my sink in the laundry room, which, thank God, I got it back to the color it was before I started. You're supposed to boil that shit. And I was like, no, I don't have time for all that. So I thought, you know what? The thing is screwed up anyway. I'm just going to go for it. We started with blue. It made like a green. Anybody who's ever used Rit tie-dye, you know that shit rarely turns out the color they advertise it as. And yes, I'm sure some of it's operator error, but not all of it. So the blue didn't turn out. So then I thought, oh shit, I have some neon green. I'm going to throw that on there. And I actually like the way it turned out. But I have done, because of course, once Lisa gets started on something like that. Nothing is stopping me. The train has left the track. Screw the gloves. Screw boiling it in the sink. I'll just destroy my deep sink in the laundry room. Oh, thank God I had bleach. And I just threw it down there and I shut the door. And I'm like, oh, because like my husband, he rarely gets mad about anything, but he definitely would have said to me, honey, what, like, why would you think you could put blue dye in a white deep sink? Thank God for Clorox. So I will actually wear that shirt. Maybe this weekend I'll show you the result of it. But because I didn't wear gloves, my hands have dye all around the cuticles. I mean, I was even scrubbing my skin in bleach. So that's why my hands look an entirely different color than the rest of me. Tiddler52, hello, how are you? I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Brett's mom, Rongo. Hi, Ellie, how are you? Brittany, K-Mash, picking daisies, sorry. Good morning. Mama Shmita, good morning. I think that's a new name too. Welcome. Zen11, Texas Tiffany, Beverly. Oh, Beverly was here first. Hi, happiest guy in the world. How are you? You sweet thing, you. Okay, so I have set my alarm clock, y'all. When that thing goes off at 12:20, I got to get on my broom and fly. I have to go wait for an appliance. And seeing as the location does not presently have a few of the very important appliances that we need, I must be there on time. So I've set my alarm. So we're going to get right into this shit show. But what prompted me to come in here was I listened to Queen Bee for a little bit yesterday after I had exited the building. Angelo was on and he was explaining, the ins and outs of the DD214. Is that what it's called? Stand by for that, y'all. I have a feel nonsense. I mean, I don't know. I got a little chill because I kid you not. Well, you were up there, it was not 5 minutes after you said the words, I think it's going to get rougher. There's a bumpy ride coming. You better buckle up. Those are my words, not nonsenses, but that's the gist of it. And no sooner did you end that live than that happened. My thoughts on that, I think JLR he's just doing the real life version of his thumbnails. This is what he does. He puts people's pictures up there and then he'll do things like murder suspect ? So he's just doing the IRL real life version to Uni. I don't know anything about his service, what he's ever said. I take him at his word. If it's proven otherwise, well, that's, listen, I don't listen to him anymore. So it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I don't have a personal stake in it. However, I guess all I'm saying is I'm not sitting here on the sidelines rooting for him to be proven a fraud. I am not doing that at all. But I'm also open-minded, and if somebody presents solid evidence, I just don't think what JLR is doing right now, JLR is doing JLR. I mean, that is what he's doing. It's really not that complicated. Now, I'm not saying that he may not uncover something that proves there's been some, well, what did they say around this place? Fuck shit going on. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, as far as I'm concerned, that's JLR just doing the real life version of his thumbnails. Okay. Let me read this little copyright disclaimer, and then we're gonna get this shit show started. But anyway, so I was finishing up listening to. I listened to maybe 45 minutes to an hour after I left Queen Bee's yesterday afternoon. This morning, Joneson's live from last night popped up in my queue. I don't think I've ever seen her live before, so that was fun. I listened to her panel when I was putting my makeup on, so she was doing exactly what I'm going to do right now, and I just want to show something for the record because, there's a lot of people that think they're experts on all kinds of shit around here. And, most of them don't know shit from Shinola. And it's like my take on that is usually, hey, boo, it's your story. You tell it how you want. But lest there be any doubt that I do, in fact, hold. Obviously, I'm going to cover up the name of the business, but that is a 2023 Florida. I don't think you can see it very well. This is what you remit. This is how you buy things at wholesale and sell at retail. And more importantly, it's how you remit the sales tax from said sales to the Department of Revenue for the state of Florida. And trust and believe, if you think there's a reason that throughout history, criminals that they have not been able to take down for their specific crimes, well, oftentimes what gets them is the Department of Revenue and Uncle Sam, because trust and believe. There are months when I don't owe. You have to file a sales and use tax return quarterly, whether you sell $1 worth of merchandise or $1 million worth of merchandise. And believe you me, they will come after you just as hard for the $1 sale as they will for the $1 million sale. They want their money and they do not play. And if you are late, it is a $50 fine on top of whatever you owe. Okay, so off we go. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Should the oxygen mask fall out of the overhead compartment, please put your mask on before helping anyone traveling with you. Seat backs and tray tables to their upright position for landing. Oh, I'm sorry, for takeoff. We're not landing yet. Okay, so I guess we are now in SoapGate. Now, Mal thought we were in Candlegate. I believe we've already had Candlegate, have we not? Candlegate, I do believe, preceded me. But yes, now we are in SoapGate. And I think the only thing I'm going to say before we get right to PayPal Mal is I'm pretty sure everybody knows, and probably more in depth than I do, but I'm sure most people know that PayPal Mal is a fan of Dolly Vision. And the reason, at least one for sure, something tells me it's multifaceted, but I'm only going to comment on the one that I feel like I know for sure. Well, I don't know. I might comment on more. We'll just see where this takes us. But, just in the beginning to get us rolling here, apparently, when Mal had the really poorly thought out, what she would like to tell you was a comedy routine. Yes, about a baby that many think did not look like she was still amongst the land of the living, laying on some milk jugs. Yeah, Mal, Mal fancies herself a comedian. Okay. I personally don't find her that funny. She can be quite entertaining. But to me, it's sometimes it just feels very forced. And the little bit that I ever have listened to her in the past, I know a couple things. I know that she, many times I heard out of her own mouth how basically she was the hardest working woman on YouTube, the most underappreciated, blah, blah, blah. So when she's one of these people who kind of like Bull Scorn Betty said when she was bitching about the service at the airport, whatever. That dumb bitch, she probably sat down. Here's my guess. She probably sat down at TGI Fridays and ordered herself a steak because I don't know, only a dumbass would purchase a steak in the fucking airport. Okay. You know where I'm getting a steak in the airport? Well, possibly in the courtesy rooms, like if you're a frequent flyer. Delta's is called the Crown Club. I don't know what the other ones are, but I don't think they even serve steak in there. The only time I'm eating steak in an airport is if it's there's a Ruth's Chris or a Palm or maybe a Shula's outlet there in the airport. So as where the hell was I going with this? Oh, as Betty, was bitching away about the service she didn't receive. Listen, I know people like to call Betty a Karen. Betty is a miserable, malcontented bitch. Okay, Karen, that does not quite cover it. Okay, Karen is no, Betty's Karen on crack. But in the beginning of that episode, which I am going to finish when I leave here, and I highly recommend, I'm sure everyone has already watched, but if not, please check out Burnt Toast's review of Bull Scorn Betty from last night. Good morning, Heels. So much as Betty said that she's not embarrassed to make a jackass out of herself. Well, she didn't say jackass. That's my words. Yeah, like I told her in the video, bitch, that your hair and what you wear, that alone is guilty, Your Honor. Yes. Summary judgment. We don't even need to go to the damn jury. Much in that vein, Mallory, I view as someone also who will do and say pretty much anything, it appears. I mean, obviously, Mallory has her own line in the sand. I don't know what it is, and mine is way further back from the goal than hers is. I wouldn't do a fraction of the shit that she has done and said, and people she has attached herself to. Listen, this is a hobby. It's very, for me, it's pretty easy to suss out who, and listen, I'm not hating on the woman for giving a lot of effort into her. Mike, good morning. Behave yourself. Hey, Remy. I'm not going to hate on the woman for putting in the time, the work, whatever, to achieve her goal. Her goal, I guess, is YouTube domination. She's, trying to make a living. Okay, I get it. I, however, am not doing any of those things. This is just something fun I like to do. Of course, I would like the channel to grow, but am I going to attach myself to the most problematic, which coincidentally are usually the, some of the biggest channels? No, I'm not. So to me, it's a lot easier to see the forest through the trees. And that's not just me. Most people can see what she is about. And that's fine. But let's not sit up here and act like, oh, she's holier than thou, and save it. So she does have some warm fuzzies for Dolly, because when she got all the shit she got for the summer wells, which by the way, she deserved every bit of, because it was tacky, it was vile, it was crude, it was disgusting. it was hateful. I mean, in the beginning, it was just in incredibly bad taste, but she kept doubling down because she wants the views, she wants the reaction, she wants the exposure. So that's what she does. I mean, I would never do it, but that's what she does. But all of that is to say, she has loyalty to him in as much as I believe any of these people have loyalty to anybody, because I really don't think any of them do. I think they're just individuals who collab when they, it's a symbiotic, like a succubus kind of relationship. There's something that they can, align forces and both get something out of, because I believe there's very few people on here, especially the bigger channels, that do anything for anyone other than themselves. Of course, they want you to think they do, and that's up to you whether you believe that or not. But so, and I do understand, I'm not hating on her for having loyalty to Dolly, because we all like who we like, and it's just what we do. But, her acting like, here's the thing I don't get, and it's what pisses me off with these people. Everybody talks out of two sides of their mouth. It's, oh, well, you don't have any content. You just talk about blah, 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 blah. Insert name. Well, bitch, isn't that what you're doing? That's what we're all doing. That's the name of the game. Anybody who thinks there is a shortage of content, I mean, are you in the kids version of YouTube? Where are you? Because I literally can't keep up. As fast as I have ideas, they become stale. Within not even 24 hours, you wake up and find out, oh, old news, that moot point, we've moved on to something else. So that's a disingenuous statement, in my opinion. So, hey, Liza, how you doing? Fairy Dust, how you doing? Ginger Snap, good morning. Hey, Sassy Since Birth. Much like Nonsense is here in the chat. I like her. I go to her channel. When Steve McRae was up here, I'm not a fucking fake person. Not in that way. If I like you, I respect you. Well, I'm not going to sit around and listen to other people kiki about you. I'm not going to tell them they have to stop doing it. I'm just going to remove myself. So I do understand that because Dolly stood up for Mal during the Summer Wells thing, she has some allegiance to him. So I get it. I'm not going to hate on her for that. But I think we all understand that she's not exactly coming at it from an uninterested sideline observer. So, oh, hi, M. Faithful. Thank you. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Okay. This is at the 10-minute mark. So she's been in for 10 minutes. Y'all, I was in a rush, so I don't know when the good part starts, but don't worry, we'll get to it. And her stream is not that long. And if I have a feeling I'll be coming back at the end of the day to finish this up. So, okay. Let me make that. Share screen. Got that. All righty. Sure the volume's all the way up.
Right? I love when the haters just start hating on one another. That's some good shit, right? Right? When the
okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna get it out of the way early. and it's nothing personal. But this is called Crimes of Fashion. And Mal, girl, listen, no, on all of it, for God's sake, Mal, come on. We've got multiple things going on here, okay? Mal, listen, I know it takes a lot of work, okay? I always say smoke, mirrors, a little bit of fairy dust. I get it, girl, come on. But, and I have come on sans makeup, barefaced. I'll just leave it there. So it's not that I do not appreciate how much time and effort it takes. It typically takes me 1 hour from pajamas to ready to go. But Mal, come on, girl. Listen, you need to put some effort into this. Maybe this is a one-off. Okay, we're going to assume that it is. But, you know, kind of like Betty's hair is a gift to us. Mal, this is a gift to us right now. Okay, the hair, it's, I don't even know. Like, we've got some kind of like modified palm tree, pebbles pony going on that, no. The sans makeup, no. And you don't want to do a full beat? Fine. However, you need to, you know, do a little eyebrows, put some liner on, put a tinted moisturizer on, and maybe a nude lip. I don't know. Call it a day. But Mal, no. I'm going to be gentle. Okay. I'm not going to go in on. It's not what it's about. But and the, oh boy, the tube top situation. Oh, interestingly enough, I noticed that. Well, I even like made funny of myself because in the video this morning, I do believe that I said a tube top is a young woman's game. Well, I'm older than Mal, and I wore one the other day. But you know, I think of the two of us, my tube top or Mal's. Well, no. It, when you've got broad shoulders and bigger arms, it's doing nothing for you except making you look like you just jumped out of the shower and you've got your towel wrapped around here. Okay. Kate the Great, tube top hanging on for dear life. Wait a minute. Hey, beer can. Good morning. I need to read this chat that said something. Okay, wait. What does this say? Something about the tube top. Oh my God, ginger snap. I just want to be able to trust people as much as Mal is trusting that tube top. Damn, girl, that's funny. And oh yeah, you are correct. And faithful, yes. I'm telling you, listen. I'm trying to be gentle here, okay? But Mal, let me just say it like this. Even the most beautiful women in the world, models, you need eyebrows, you need lashes. You got to make a little bit of effort, Mal. This is not. Do you know what it reminds me of? I think I said this before. You know that full, like you see them at college football games sometimes, like the full body spandex looking thing. It like covers the head, the whole nine. That's what this reminds me of. Oh, this is what I was looking for, and this is a name I haven't seen before. So welcome and Daily Meanderer. Why do people in her chat always say her hair looks amazing? Girl, I have no clue. It's not. It doesn't. Now I will say this. On the off chance you've never seen Mal before, which of course you have, but listen, I have seen her in some of her TikToks where she's doing the lip syncing where she looks lovely. This is not one of those moments. Hey, Soper girl, how you doing? Am faithful? I swear to God, I know that test. I absolutely do. And for the benefit of those in the audience can't see the chat, if you can hold a pencil under your breast and it stays there, then your breasts are too large to be in a braless tube top. Okay. Yeah. So Mal, please. We need a little bit of effort, girl. Okay, come on.
When the haters and the slop throwers, they just start turning on one another because, well, there's not much going on.
Okay, there's not much going on. There's too much going on. See, I see the opposite scenario as Mal. Longevity runs in my family. I'm talking like my grandmother lived to be 100. My mom very well probably will as well. If I am fortunate enough to also enjoy that kind of longevity in my life, I can tell you that even in that case, there is not enough life left for me to review everything that I could review on the daily and still sleep, eat, and actively engage with my real life family. So I don't get that.
Oh, and listen, when they stop talking about me, you know, when they stop talking about me, right?
Well, here's the thing, Mal. I mean, I guess I don't think it would be inaccurate to say that Mal is from the P.T. Barnum school of thought, which is all publicity is good publicity. And I truly think she is someone who wants people talking about her all the time, good, bad, no matter what, because it gets her name out there. So, but Mal, I do think you have an overblown sense of at least your YouTube self. Oh, and I forgot. Oh my, y'all, seriously, I can see this. I'm over on the other screen looking at it full screen. This, I mean, Mal, for fuck's sake, you like, are you using Jaundice's makeup? Like, seriously, what is her eyes? Mal, you need to get some sleep, girl. I can recommend some good tricks for that. Actually, do I have? Remind me, you guys, when I come back here today, I am going to bring my Nurse Jamie roller. And for those of you who do not know what Nurse Jamie products are, she is a nurse practitioner and she has come out with a line of products that just help with things like this. And it's a metal purple. Oh, let's cleanse. Let's cleanse, shall we? Oh God, that was terrible. Okay, so it's kind of like this, but it's metal and it's got these little knobs on it, and you do this, and it takes the fluid, because that is fluid that's being retained there, and it moves the fluid around. It just, I mean, it's not a fucking magic wand, but it helps. So Mal, stop using Jaundice's makeup, because this is like very yellow, and Mal, you need sleep, girl. If it's not, then something's going on. You look very tired, and I know you're the hardest working woman on YouTube, so I get You save it, she will come with the bashing. Oh, I don't give a shit. Bash away. Please, please. I am really trying to be I'm really trying to be very nice. I'm giving her diet Lisa, okay? She's getting the less, well, instead of the less sweet version, she's getting the double sweet version. Okay? So, yeah. But when oh god, she's a mess. She's a fucking mess. Okay.
Bound to turn on one another because without me, what else did they got?
Oh,
I mean, think about it. Without the
what is this? What is she talking about? Without me, what else have they got? Oh my god, should I pull up my subscription list because I can give you hundreds of names of what else we've got. And for the record, I have not spoken on PayPal Mouse since St. Jude.
House of Williams, what the hell else do they got to talk about? Worth anything? Worth anything? Not a whole lot, bitch. So of course they're going to be turning on one another.
Wait. Who is she referring to? That's turning. Who's turning on who? I don't know what that means. Oh, Remy, the fillers. Yes, I have heard. Yes, and it shows. It absolutely shows, and that is so dangerous. And I don't recommend that for
Williams membership. Thank you, CR. Thank you, my love, for the gift.
She got rid of the
thank you. Thank you. See,
you see what I mean by it seems like everything with her is so forced. It's like everything has to be a gimmick, part of the act.
Suck it real good. Suck it.
God, see, I'm sorry,
that's
I'm
my
not a
people.
trash bag.
We're going to talk about what else we're going to.
Man, I heard her. I think it's a little further in. Mal, I told you before, you need to work on being a lady, okay? A lot of, and that's not just her, but.
Talk about people. People love that video I did yesterday. Put it to in the side chat. If you saw the video, oh my God, you saw the epic video about proxy channels and you loved it. Listen, how about proxy channels? A lot of you, I didn't even know about proxy channels. How about the proxy channel video, people? How about the bitch and the response I'm getting from the proxy channel video? Oh my goodness, people are sharing that out and having a field day with that one. Oh, good. We're going to talk about the proxy video.
You're a fucking comedy genius. You're a legend in your own mind. Can anybody tell me, hey, Bruin Hell, CK Warholia. Can anybody tell me this proxy channel? I believe I did not watch it. I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but I think what she means are some of the channels that are using Molly's content from her streams on Kick, which, by the way, since we're here, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. Woo! Molly, girl. Molly is definitely appears to be eating her feelings. And I am still trying to understand the fact that she paid for those boobs to look like that. Because to me, that is the exact opposite of what you are trying to do when you get breast implants. When I saw her the other day talking about, oh God, she and Walt, and he got me something from Tom Ford. Oh my God. Mal. Goyard. People pronounce it differently. I'm not French. You should check that out. Oh, and I did hear Molly telling Mal that, and if I want to buy Christian Louboutins, not only do they not only can I afford them, well, fuck yeah, you rent like every room in your house, it sounds like. I would hope you could. Not only can I afford them, they come in my size, a 9. Anything over a 9. Hey, Emmy, how you doing? Well, hey, I'm a big fan of the expression, it's all relative. Bitch, I wear a 5.5, okay? That would be 35.5 in Christian Louboutin. So, to me, when you say you wear a 9, well, that sounds like a snowboard size to me. So it's all relative, Mallory. Or I'm sorry, Molly. But Mike, oh, and I think we saw Molly's gift. See, Molly's one of these bitches that Molly, listen, what you should do, any of your clothing that does not have logo print in 50-point font, well, what you should do is just turn them inside out and wear the labels on the outside, because that's who you are. And your hat that is, number one, you are too old, your head's too big, you look absurd in your Tom Ford baseball hat, which I'm assuming was your Mother's Day gift. I swear to God, she is one of the most vapid, rapacious. She is a bottomless well of need. And Molly, there's a whole big wide world out there of designer items that are every bit as expensive as Tom Ford, and just as give you just as much fashion street cred. But yeah, she's looking bad. And Molly, girl, I told you before, you're gonna take your little lap band, and I mean, I would imagine yours is starting to do one of these, because woo, I dare say my entire body weight is the size of Molly's left breast. Yeah, that is for sure. So, Ginger Snap. Audacity. There you go. Well, you guys get what I'm saying. It's like, I guess Molly thought she was shaming Mal for her shoe size, and I don't give a shit what her shoe size is. But to me, I look at Molly, and to me, Molly looks exactly like Mal. They are the same body type. Molly's got big, broad ass shoulders. She's got boobs that she, my God, paid for. Honey, you're supposed to get the opposite effect. I mean, why did you need to pay money to have boobs that look like? My guess would be that when she takes her shirt off and her bra, and by the way, Molly, those boobs, if you have anybody with you that you care about, you don't want to see injured, do not let them be downwind of one of those buttons, because if one of those buttons that are hanging on for dear life, if one of those buttons pops and breaks loose, it's going to take an eye out. So that's just friendly word of advice. But yeah, I don't know, where does Molly get off thinking that she is so much physically superior to Mallory? Because to me, they're pretty much the same person as far as the body type. Just saying. And Molly, you're another one. Sweetie, your days of live streaming with no makeup, just don't. Okay? Don't. I know you think you're the hottest thing this side of the border, but you're not. And you look perfectly fine when you make some effort, but I guess what I'm saying is, you live in a very large glass house that you ought to, just Windex a little bit. because, like I said, to me, a size 9 sounds like a snowboard size. It's not, but I wear a 5.5. So it's all relative. That's all I was getting at.
Channel video because there's some people in the back wearing the dunce caps and there are some people that just don't, they're like, I don't get it. Oh no, how does that? We're gonna do some clarifications for the people in the back wearing the dunce caps. Makeup mobster, I'm talking to you.
Oh my God, look at her hands, her nails. God almighty, I don't like Mel. I don't get it. Could you not have like just taken an extra 30 minutes before you hit the live button to just get yourself together, get your shit together? Hey, Bash Tragic Pips, how you doing? And don't anybody think I'm not throwing shade at anybody who wears more than a 5.5 shoe. All I'm saying is it's all relative. So Molly thinking she's shaming Mal for whatever her shoe size is, I don't know, don't give a shit. But that's how I look at Molly. Hey, Mom of the Gladiator, how are you? Okay, moving on.
Bless your heart. You never were the brightest bulb in the shed, girl. Oh God, I saw your comment. I don't get it. How does this benefit Molly Golightly? She's not even been monetized.
Like, man, I don't think I ever realized she is I said it before. I think she is, like, when all that St. Jude bullshit was going on, I see she's got a mean streak in her. Like, there's just, I'm sure she would call it entertainment. I don't know. I don't follow Makeup Mobster. I've popped in and out of her chat a few times, but I know nothing about her except she makes candles, right? But that's all I know about her. And I listen, I know that with so many of these people that have been around a long time, everybody's loved somebody, hated them, back to love them, hate them again. I get that there's history everywhere, but I never got, not that I've watched real long, but I've never gotten this kind of what she's doing about Makeup Mobster. I haven't.
She's not even being monetized.
That she doesn't need to.
Jeez.
Ooh, now I keep telling you, girl, you got to work on being a lady, okay? And ladies do not do shit like that. That's gross.
Listen, dunce. We'll get into it. Holy hell! I know she's mixing cement over there. She go back to mixing cement. Makeup. Listen. Holy hell, girl. Oh, jeez. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. How does this makeup? How does it make any sense?
Why is she talking like that? I've never heard Makeup Mobster speak like that, so I don't know what that is. Besides, gee, for the woman who's always talking. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking at something on my phone. For the woman who's always worried about everybody's content, she sure seems to throw a lot of like frivolous shit in when she's doing commentary that she doesn't need to put in there. Like, gee, I don't know. Could it just be for the sake of content? I don't know.
Okay, makeup. We'll do some extra some for the slow people today. We're gonna take a little extra time in class. How about that? We'll get you on board. We'll get you caught up with the rest of the class.
Okay.
Oh God, bless her heart.
Oh boy. See, this is what I find so fascinating. And Burnt Toast said this morning, and it gave me an idea. I don't think he would do it, but she was in her stream of Betty last night, her reviewing her. She was just saying how she would love to hear someone with a PhD level education in the field of psychology talk about all these people and why they do the things they do. And I thought, my husband is a PhD, not in psychology. And I thought, damn, I wonder if I could get him to just give his PhD opinion. And then I thought, I know exactly what he would say. What he says to me all the time when I talk about all these dipshits. He looks at me and he goes, honey, they're fucking nuts. There you go. There you have it. Diagnosis. That's a joke. But yeah, I agree. I would be interested to know why it's. I would love to just have a better understanding on some of the psyches of these people.
Oh, hello, Nadia, my love. Hello. 6 months. 6 months. Listen, congratulations. Congratulations. 6 months.
All right, I can't.
Because a proxy channel, you don't get warnings per se. You don't dwell.
Okay, I don't want to.
It's your responsibility. Just like it's your responsibility when you see bigotry, when you see other terms of service being broken. Right? We are, listen.
She better be real careful. I mean, obviously, I didn't hear the beginning, but she's done a lot of things that, you know, I'm not going to say bigoted because I haven't personally heard that. But I just love it when people like her who this whole like, oh, well, you know, I am sitting up here on my mountaintop on high and I'm looking down on all you little peons who do X, Y, and Z. She does all the same shit. It's like, what are you talking about? Get to the soap, bitch. God.
We have a hell of a lot of subscribers over here. Not everybody's going to see this live, but they see the videos, right? Most of my views come upon the replay, right? So listen,
but you look
here's the thing.
on YouTube.
You all share out my messages as you often do, right?
Yeah.
We got a hell.
You're a sage.
A lot of people over here at the House of Williams.
Oh yes, I'm sure you do.
I took like a smooth operator and I just returned with a nice little swat in the ass for her. And because I knew that behind all those falsehoods that she was putting out there was just a little desperate crybaby woman, a nothing of, you know, an empress without clothing, as I've always said before. Just a loud middle-aged woman, broke as a joke.
Mal, let's tread lightly here, my friend, because you might resemble some of those statements. But I think she's going to start going in on Molly. So we're going to listen for a minute before we get to the soap. And I will say, I have mixed feelings about the things that she says about Molly, because as someone who I believe a lot of what she says. However, that does not mean that I believe I'm sorry, I phrased that wrong. I should have said, I agree with a lot of the things that she says. However, I don't know how much of that is actual opinion or coming from factual knowledge. Of course, she wants you to believe it's coming from factual knowledge. So I'm interested to see what she says here, y'all, because I have not listened to this except the little bit I heard on Joneson.
Living off a goddamn Peter Pay Paul credit card system.
I would believe that.
That's it.
And here's why I would believe it. Oh, Ginger Snap, my God, that is hilarious. Not wrong. The reason I agree with a lot of what she has to say about Molly is just based on nothing more than my common sense and life experience. And typically people who are hyper focused and fixated on all the things that are really just irrelevant and mean nothing. And when it gets down to brass tacks, do you think anybody gives two shits about Molly's Tom Ford? I'll tell you what, for someone who has such a love of Tom Ford, Dolce & Gabbana, I've never seen the bitch wearing anything that didn't look like it either came from Ann Taylor, Banana Republic, or J. Crew. That is what I would peg most of her wardrobe as, except of course for the scarves and the logo print shit. But when she's not wearing something like that, for someone who has such a love of very high-end designer clothing, well, why do you look like an Ann Taylor, a J. Crew, or a Banana Republic ad, or Macy's, whatever? And there's nothing wrong with any of those brands. I'm just making the point that, well, if you love all this shit so much, why don't you wear it? You can afford it. So just based on my life experience and knowing lots of people who Molly would like you to think she is, I'm calling bullshit. I've said it several times, and trust me when I tell you, I give two shits what Molly Golightly does. It affects my life, not at all. But it's the old, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I see very little substance to her. I see a woman that is so very clearly unhappy. I think she spends very little time with the people she should. And I think she spends way too much time staring at a computer monitor, just looking pathetic. I mean, she does. She looks pitiful these days. She's got a desperate, pathological seeming need for attention of any kind. And because, in my opinion, she has such low self-esteem, it is why she has altered every part of her body. And I'll just leave it there. And why she thinks that putting on a Tom Ford baseball hat, I mean, Molly, do you know what a douche canoe you look like? I mean, do you know how? I wasn't brought up that way. I don't roll that way. I don't come from anything where Molly leads with this in all respects. And whenever somebody is so desperate to present to you that they've got more than you, it's probably the exact opposite. So that is why I tend to agree with much of what Mal says. I just don't know how she would actually know some of these things.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and I forgot to say. So Molly, all of that I just said, but then please bear in mind that a woman who wants you to believe she's got a closet that has to be opened with a fingerprint. Okay. And maybe you do, but if you do, it's to keep your tenants out of your closet. I have never known one single person of means who rents rooms in their personal home. So that's what I base my opinions on.
Driving a car she can't afford, living in a house that she can't afford, or probably even get out from under at this point, right? If she wanted to, without being over their head somewhere else.
Oh,
got her husband driving some old piece of shit car, right? Some old piece of shit car with 350,000 miles on it.
What?
You know, so she can keep up appearances in her life. Do you understand?
I would believe that. I would absolutely believe that. Whatever his name is, Walter. We'll just call him Walter. I would, just the little bit that I've ever seen of that kind of interaction and all of the talk I've heard, oh, I have no problem believing. Walter sounds like he's kind of like the get along to go along kind of guy. And, you know, whatever she wants, it's probably easier for him to say, okay, honey, fine, you drive the Range Rover and I'll drive this old car. So you can drive that. And that, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. My husband would do the same thing, but not for those reasons. If I wanted something, he would sacrifice so I could have it, because he doesn't give a damn about things like that. So
I don't roll like that. I don't have to.
I believe
I'm a confident bitch.
Which
confident bitch.
Oh, confident bitch. Clearly. I'm a confident bitch. At times I believe, yes, she is. I mean, the fact that she will come on camera looking a hot mess, and I'm not trying, I promise, I'm not trying to be cruel, but it's just like, come on, Mal.
You guys just have to understand the playing field out there.
Oh, please
That's what
enlighten
you have to
us.
understand.
Tell us about it, because none of us, I didn't get the playbook.
So there's a little bit of what's going on for you, right? Just a little bit.
Okay.
That's just a little teaser. That's just a little teaser. We're gonna come back around on that. I've got all morning. I don't have to be anywhere till like noon or so.
Oh shit,
right?
Me too. Let's go.
Then of course we've got the whole candle, the candle situation going on. Let's talk about the candle situation, people. Those petty little children over there. How petty do people gotta be?
Okay. When I got to this part on Joneson, I was literally saying to myself, oh, those petty little people over there. Well, my goodness, that is where you ran at a sprint when you wanted to get your version or your story out about the, sayonara, you and Molly. So I think it is, and I'm going to tell you right now, there are things I hear her say that I agree with to a point, but they're minor details. It's not the heart of the matter. But see, I don't like this kind of bitch right here. I don't like that. She was very calculated in what channel she chose when she wanted her message to get out to the most amount of people possible. And where did she go? She went to Queen Bee, who very graciously extended to Mal what she extends to everyone, open panel. And not only that, but I was there, so I know firsthand experience. Not only did she extend that courtesy to her, as she does to everyone, she admonished the chat and the other people on that panel to be respectful on multiple occasions. So, Mal, I hate to tell you, here's a newsflash for you. You're no better than the rest of them. Because to me, what you're getting ready to do here speaks to your character. And I understand this is YouTube. It's not real life, but here's the deal. We're all in this place together. We all cross paths on the regular. And even though we have individual channels, this is a team sport as far as networking goes. Thank you, Boston Nick, for giving me that word that I was struggling to find. So I think that it's tacky, and I think it's a little bit of a slap in the face to start shit talking Queen Bee's channel. That's just me. That's the kind of bitch I am. I probably extend too much courtesy to people who don't deserve it, oftentimes. But that's definitely not you. So noted. And I'm sure, and I do not speak for Queen Bee. I don't speak for anybody on that panel. I speak for myself. But I would imagine it's probably been duly noted by Queen Bee's channel as well.
To worry about where some man is getting his goddamn candle wax to make his candles, right? Put it to in the side chat if you have seen some petty ass bullshit go down, not just on that panel, but in the side chat alone. Do you see what I mean when you add chum to the water? And
is she, when she says the side chat, is she talking about the back chat? God dang, you guys, you know me in the chats. I've just figured out the back chat, and now I've got to figure out the side chat. All I know is I've never been in Prayer Gardens, back, front, side, middle, none of them. Oh, and I got some words for that illiterate viper this week too. Don't you worry. Hey, Kathy P, how you doing? You are absolutely right about that. It was very calculated, her decision to go flying over to Queen Bee's panel when she wanted her message out there. Well, gee, then, you know, they weren't a bunch of petty people then, were they? Yeah, this, Mal, I hate to tell you, but this says far more about you than it says about anybody over there. And as far as here's what I'm going to say about SoapGate, even though it takes her at least 10 or 15 minutes to catch on to the fact that it's soap, not wax. I guess she was, I mean, obviously by her appearance, she was in a very big hurry to get on camera that day. And wherever she left her makeup and her wig, she also left her notes, I guess. I don't know. But here's what I'm going to say. We all know exactly what this is about. It's not about, hey, Stacey Jones, next to you, Red. If you did not know the full story, let's just say that I don't know any of the shit that's going on with any of these people, and I just happen to appear on PayPal Mal's channel, and we get to this part of the program. Well, yes, I'm going to be sitting back, and I'm going to say, damn, she's right. That is some petty shit. What do you care about where he gets his friggin' soap, his wax? But we know that's not what this is about, so... And so does she. Make no mistake. So does she.
And the most ridiculous people, it just lures in the most ridiculous people with the most ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah. Are those all the ridiculous people that were so very respectful to you when you were and gave you the platform that you didn't have yourself? You didn't have that many people. How come you didn't just go on your channel and set the record straight? I don't know. Do you pull like 8, 9, 11, 1,200 people in the middle of the day? Hell, I don't give a shit what time of the day it is. Those are the numbers typically. Do you do that? No. Yeah, no, I don't think you do. So yeah, all those petty. See, you're a low bitch, Mal. This is like, I would never roll with somebody like you, because kind of like that song, I don't know who sang it, some rapper, these hoes ain't loyal. No, this hoe ain't loyal. And don't get me wrong, listen, I understand anybody who's got a thinking mind. We all know why she went there, why she chose Queen Bee, blah, blah, blah. We get all that. And I'm not saying I don't understand it. Okay. I mean, if I was in her position, that's who I would have picked too, for sure. Here's the difference between me and this bitch. Me? That's always going to be up here. I'm always going to remember that. And it's going to take a lot for me to say one derogatory thing about that channel. And if something came up and I couldn't not say something, I couldn't, but in lieu of doing what she's doing here, this is what I would do. Say nothing. But these hoes ain't loyal.
And that's what a watering hole does. No talent. It takes no talent.
Oh, wait a hot minute now. I'm going to have to jump back over to the chat. Oh, a watering hole. Okay. I mean, when I hear watering hole, I think horse. I'll just leave that there. It takes no talent. Can somebody in the chat tell me, has Mallory ever had a panel of multiple subs, creators, and not just your bestie? Y'all, I'm so sorry. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm so sorry. It was about the appliance delivery. Has anybody ever seen her do that? Okay, Audacity says I think she used to do panels. Oh, CK, I agree. She thinks that she is a comedy genius. She's a legend in her own mind. Okay, fine, let her be. But I mean, I'm sorry. I don't find her to be that entertaining. It feels forced to me a lot. Like, to me, every time I see her go on her channel, which is Spence and St. Jude's, I feel like I just feel like everything is an act. It's all a production. Liza, I love that song. But trust me, if you want to get over loving a song, make it your ringtone. You will learn to hate that song. But anyway, I absolutely beg to differ with that statement she made that it takes no talent. The fuck it doesn't. Oh, bullshit. I got a small taste of that the other day. It very much takes a whole lot of things that go into it. It takes a light hand while at the same time a firm grip. It's diplomacy. You got to control the other people to a degree. So that is bullshit what she just said. And I mean, the more she goes on, the more angry she makes me, because bitch, this was all just wonderful for you when you needed to use her. And, you know, the petty people and the this, that, the other. Why didn't you go to Dolly's channel when you wanted to do that? I wonder why. It's probably for, you know, multiple reasons. Number one, he don't pull those kind of numbers. And let's face it, I'm just going to say it now. When you're on the top, everybody's coming for you. Everybody's jelly. Oh, they're so jelly. And this one is too. Make no mistake. Just like Dolly, it is eating his ass up. And we all know why Queen Bee put him on blast. Because that skanky mofo, in my opinion, came out and said the most vile, inaccurate things about her. And that isn't even man enough to apologize for the parts he got wrong. And listen, you fucking redneck leprechaun. I heard you saying some dumb shit like, Dolly, yeah, Dolly, I'll go to my grave before I ever say sorry. Well, you know what, Dolly? That just confirms what everybody already knows. You're a fucking child. You are a boy. You're a middle-aged man in a boy's body with a boy's mentality, in my opinion. But yeah, how come why didn't Mal go over there, I wonder? Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Another reason might have been, something tells me she wasn't invited to. Yeah. So there is that little matter.
A watering hole will never be able to sustain itself. And that's how thirsty, that's how absolute thirsty a watering hole like Queen Bee's
says the woman who had a sidewalk telethon at a children's cancer hospital, then accused a police officer and some security guards of trans bashing her because they didn't address her properly. And by the way, she was looking a whole hot ass like combination of The Hills Have Eyes meets Studio 54 person desperately waiting in line, like trying to flag down Steve Rubell. Yeah, there is that. So I don't like people like this. And I understand. And it's probably why my channel, I'm not like Mal. I don't go to bed dreaming of sugar plum fairies and super chats and internet stardom. I know, because I'm pretty sure, at least in this housing project we're all in, you got to check your morals and a lot of other things at the door if you really want to get in that game, you want to claw your way to the top, whatever that is. I mean, but I just think it's infuriating, and she's such a hypocrite. It's like, you mocked a little girl who never did anything to you. And you ridiculed and you mocked. I mean, there is nothing in this world that would make me do that. So I ain't built like you, Mal. And I'm glad of that.
Seen them come, we've seen them go over the years.
Oh, yes, I know.
Queen Bee won't be here a year from now.
Oh, do you know?
She's lucky if she'll be here 8 months.
Let's not forget what her criticism was for me one time. I'm sure she had plenty to say. But the one I laughed about was she was talking about me. Interestingly, it was her and Molly Kikian. And she said, oh, and one of these haters, bitch, what exactly do you think you have that I want? I would say the same to Molly. I'd say the same to most of, your people you roll with. And she said, and then we've got one of these, she can't even get dressed by herself. She needs her husband's assistance to get dressed. What can I tell you, girl? Oh, at least I have one to pull that zipper up on my corset top when I can't reach it myself. You know, I'm a little tiny thing. Hell, you could probably fit me in your purse, Mal. My arms, they only go so far up my back to get the zipper.
From now, it's just another watering hole, and somebody else is going to open up another watering hole, because watering holes cannot sustain themselves.
Why?
Try as you may.
Why?
It's always going to be somebody opening up another watering hole.
Well, how come, Mel, how come you don't open your own watering hole? I'm just curious. And what's even more fascinating to me about what you just said about they can't sustain themselves. Why not? When Queen Bee feels like going live, she pushes the button and poof, she's live. And there's a whole hell of a lot of people in there listening. And I'm going to just keep reverting back to what I've said multiple times already. Not enough content. Can't sustain themselves. Thanks to channels like you and all the tragedy pimps and all the other like fucking nut jobs on here. Not that I'm saying you're a nut job, but I mean, there is no shortage of content. In fact, I dare say every person on that panel, every person in that audience, if we combined our days, weeks, months, hours, years of life still left to live, we could not cover all the content that takes place in one day on YouTube. Of course, I'm not talking just about trauma, but it's just a stupid statement. And quite clearly, it is working.
And people get tired of this. The thirst is they move on. God, remember that? How many watering holes? Can anybody remember?
This is the damn YouTube anthem. It's a whole lot of people who don't care, who are not bothered, who spend a whole lot of time telling you that they're not bothered, that they don't care, and why something isn't going to last. What do you care? I don't give a shit how long your channel lasts. I truly don't. Like, I do not understand this mentality.
Who's that one little watering hole that everybody just couldn't get enough of for so long? What was the little guy with? Does anybody remember his name any longer? Remember that watering hole? That young fellow with the long hair?
I was
just packing him in every time he went live. People thought he was here to stay, wasn't he? Who was that little fella? I think he went to court with Bullhorn Betty at one time. He thought he was the cat meow.
I'm just curious, how come? I mean, since she's such a legend and she's got all this knowledge and she's, you know, the funniest person on YouTube, oh, hell, funniest woman in the world. I'm just wondering why haven't you ever done this? I mean, because clearly it doesn't take anything to do it. It takes no talent. So why didn't you use the template and then put all your brilliance and knowledge, add it to the big old watering hole of talentless nothingness? How many people is she pulling during the day when she does a live? Is she pulling Queen Bee numbers? I'm just curious. I mean, because it just seems to me common sense. If she's talked forever about, you know, everything she does, working on her channel, blah, 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 fine, I'll take her word at it. Well, why wouldn't you follow? If it's, I guess my question is, if it's so easy to do all of that and to have all of that type of a platform, then why haven't you done it? That's my question. I mean, I don't know. Call me stupid. I don't know.
What was his name? Could anybody give me his name? Oh my God, he just probably got him some new equipment. That watering hole was growing like nobody's business. And I said, he's not going to be able to sustain this. Crude. There you go, Tammy. I love you. Anybody remember that little watering hole? And he showed his face. He was willing to even show his
I
face on
swear, some of
camera.
the people that show their faces, I wish they wouldn't show their faces. So, Mal, nobody's ever happy.
That was a benefit to him,
Can't win.
right? But you can't sustain a watering hole by going over daily sludge and daily
Well, I don't
drama,
know.
and that's
Maybe
all you
not,
got.
but
Showing video clips of other people's goings on, happenings, and talent, and you can't do it. You just can't do it. You ain't TMZ,
that's
bitch.
all she does. That's all I've ever seen her do. If she's not doing the lip syncing, that is what she does. Okay, so maybe she doesn't pull people's videos up. She does it like I used to do it, just from memory or notes. I mean, I think I'm older than her, but we're close in age, so I don't get it. Oh, Mal, I think the one thing that you're not taking into consideration is I don't know, maybe you should go spend a little time over there before I mean, I know you used the platform when it suited you. It was fine then. But I don't know how you make that big sweeping judgment. But I will tell you that, I mean, I don't know what it is. I think it's a combination of things is what it is. That's what it is. It's a little bit of this, it's a whole lot of that, a sprinkle of this, a dash of that. All I know is, I don't know, it always seems to be the people that are not, they're not at the same level. So it's it would be kind of like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. I mean, I'll think of one. But until then, we'll just listen to her bloviate.
And TMZ has far more interesting people.
They're fucking celebrities.
And you're just not that interesting.
They're talking apples and rocket ships.
As a collective, you people just aren't that interesting. The voices in the dark over there. But it just goes to show, people, it just goes to show how thirsty, how absolute, desperate, and thirsty a panel channel like that has to be. To go so pathetically.
How thirsty do you have to be to mock a child that many people think is dead? And at the very least is missing. One who, I'm pretty sure you've probably bought a box or two of fucking Hamburger Helper off the back of, just saying.
Deep to give a shit about where somebody gets their candle wax from and try to make it a level 1 affair on YouTube and sell it as such and sell it as Candlegate.
It's SoapGate.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Of course they're not kidding me. If they don't exist. If that panel doesn't make every little nonsensical issue that should never even be a real issue.
Okay. Here's why it's an issue, Mal. It's an issue because he's a liar. I very much agree and understand the fact that when you have a wholesale license, when you sell to the public, quite obviously the goal is buy low, sell high. Different sectors of the economy, the markup is different. I do 100% markup. Jewelry, my God, that's probably the highest markup there is. Obviously, everybody needs to make a buck. It's not about that. Of course, you and him you're gonna use your straw man, and want people to think that, oh my God, they're so petty. They're hunting down where the candle wax comes. Oh hell, now you got me saying candle wax, soap wax, whatever. Who fucking cares? but that's not what it's about. It's not about the markup. It's about the fact that he lies, allegedly. Although I think it's been proven. But I'll say allegedly. The allegation is that his subs, who, let's not forget, finance everything from the toilet paper he and his RSO brother wipe their ass with, to the sheet, the dirty sheet that hangs on his window in place of blinds or curtains. What is that? What is that thing? There's this weird like common thread amongst people that use bed linens for window coverings. Just saying. Yeah, so it's not about where the wax comes from. It's about the fact that he has been allegedly lying to his subs and charging the exorbitant price that he charges because they believe they are buying something made with love by the little on the back of the turtle shell and the little flipper hand things, the webbed feet of Dolly, when in fact it appears that he's just doing what everybody who has a wholesale license is doing. He's buying low and selling real high. It's not about the price point. That's a straw man. It's about the fact that it's the whole thing appears to have been not true from jump. I don't think anybody needs a snarky lecture on the economy and wholesale versus retail, blah, blah, blah. And not for nothing, this is just me talking. Hey, T-Pack, how you doing? T-Pack, hold on, we'll revisit that in a moment. Oh, you want me to hit my gavel? Okay. Verdict for the B. What the hell was I just saying? See, I looked at the chat and I got all, I don't remember. It'll come back to me. I always say that. Shit, sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. Damn it, what was it? It was kind of important. Oh, yeah. Not for nothing. I'm just wondering here. When you are making products that are in the category of cosmetics, health and beauty, I would think if you are manufacturing said products, well, number one, hold on a minute, y'all, I need to shut my office door. Hi, are you just on a pit stop? Hi. Are you going to be here or are you leaving again? Okay. Bye. Love you. Sorry. My husband unexpectedly came home. If you're operating a business where you are manufacturing things like that, well, number one, at the very least, you've got to have an occupational license. Hey, LG, how you doing? And God, are there not any like sanitary? You know how restaurants have to get the health inspector to come out and give them a grade? I mean, it just seems to me if you are manufacturing a product like soap, that there would have to be some sanitary conditions met. I keep hearing that he doesn't even have a damn stove. What do? Microwave it? campfire. I mean, oh, Audacity. I'm not even going to contemplate that. Oh my God. Yeah, Audacity, I agree. As someone who does retail, I don't do much now. But I did in the past. I mean, that's our economy. I mean, that's capitalism. You always want to buy low and sell high. I mean, that's the name of the game. It is not about the price. Although I'm sure some of the people that bought it, but that part of the argument, my thoughts are in line with Mallory's and what he would say. But that's because I've been in the retail game it's not about me, but I am very well aware of retail and markup. But that's what they're going to keep throwing out there. That's their straw man. Oh, you're so petty. This is so stupid. Why would it matter? Blah, blah, blah. And when Dolly said, if I do buy it, who gives a shit? Why would it matter? And I would agree if, and only if, you had not presented it as your own work product, because that's what his people are buying. They're buying a little piece of Dolly. Like the marshmallows and the Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. He could just throw in a blue diamond, green clovers, and I know because I love Lucky Charms. So that's where the problem is. But this is what they do. Okay, this is their straw man. Just like Betty gets cold ass, drug busted, read for filth by Burnt Toast about her forging loan documents. And what does she say? If you had a brain, if you knew anything, you would know that a subpoena or an affidavit. No, bitch, nobody's talking about that. Just like this. This is what people who lie do. It's a diversion. This is a political tactic. And now that all this social media shit is so prevalent, it's a tactic of people who, you get the picture.
Something, they've ceased to exist. Thank you, Lisa, for the payment. I appreciate the Venmo. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Anybody else want to send Venmo or Cash App? No. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm a working girl, honey. I'm a working girl. So thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for joining my memberships. Thank you for renewals. Thank you for whatever you can support. I listen. Thank you. There's another $3 for my CR. Right.
If anybody, listen, I don't have my Cash App up, but if any of you want to contribute to my Porsche Panamera fund, just send me a slide in my DMs. I'll give you my Cash App. Oh, and don't forget, I haven't picked the color yet, but I would like a new Chanel bag I'm waiting until we get the car because I would like the bag to coordinate nicely with the interior, and I'm not sure what color interior I'm going to get.
My super chat train. Thank you so much.
And at least I am going to give you a full.
Where'd you get your candle? It's the same flavor. I don't think they call it a flavor. It's not an edible, you dumbass.
She does all the time.
It's not an edible. Listen, it's the same flavor. I can't believe it's the same flavor and everything.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm sorry. She looks like the fucking Mucinex man sitting there doing this. I'm still stunned that she would come on camera like this. And don't tell me it's because you're such a, you're so confident in yourself. Well, that's great. I am too, but that still doesn't mean that I'm going to come on camera every day looking like I don't own a mirror. I mean,
thanks, says Queen Bee.
Well, all at the same time telling everybody all about themselves.
Listen, I don't think it's an edible, lady. Scent, maybe, aroma, possibly. I don't think it's a goddamn flavor. And let's just establish that right from the get-go. And nobody's trying to eat the goddamn the soap wax, the candle wax, whatever the hell is, right?
I don't know. I've seen
there you go.
Panel guests over there.
Let me
might be trying
change
to
it just occurred to me. That's how petty it is. It's soap wax we're talking about, not even candle wax, people.
Now it's soap wax. I don't think there's wax in soap. Oh shit, I don't know.
I see what I'm saying. This is how petty it all is. Dolly makes soap.
I use Tyler Candle Company, Diva Wash, and there is, just for the record, there is no wax. Oh, but that's laundry detergent. Never mind.
There's so many, but look, trust me, they'll be coming after the candles. Wax is wax. Wax is wax, people.
Wax is wax.
Do you understand?
Cracks is wax.
Wax is wax. Either way, it's not a flavor. Right? LV? Jesus to God. Oh my God. You just can't with it. You just can't. Let me change it.
Oh, that's fair.
God.
Like, what the hell is that about?
I've got Laura. I've got Laura on my mind. Oh God.
Sorry.
There you go.
It's not anything good to have on your mind.
Soap haters. There you go. Soap haters.
Soap haters.
There you go. There you go. Here we go, people.
Here we go.
There you go. Bless their hearts. Now we have proper context. Because there's people out there that it's going to take them a while to put it together. I thought we were complaining about soap, though. Soap is okay to complain about, bro. No.
My God, I have never heard someone whose voice goes up this many octaves in like normal conversation.
Oh, it's not, people. And is it really a wax? I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, come on,
but people, it's petty as shit. It's petty as shit, right? Put a 2 in the side chat if you think it's petty. Can we get some 2s if you think this is some petty ass stuff, right?
I don't know, Mal. How petty would you think it was if somebody who's so fucking jealous that they just like they just can't even stand themselves? So jealous. Said that you sold drugs to kids. There was another very big allegation in there. I don't remember what it was, but that's the top one. It's not petty, and I think Mal, listen, this is, in my opinion, this is nothing more than her way of I think she sees a vacancy maybe over at Dolly's channel, and I think she's going to try and maybe collab. I don't know, but I don't give a shit what her reasons are. To me, it's irrelevant. What I care about is I just think it's a shitty thing to do, to come out and listen. She could have done exactly what she's doing. She could have given her thoughts and said, listen, I think it's petty, blah, blah, blah. But what she didn't have to do is thanks, Stevens. You might be right. Molly looks like Gary Busey. That's not wrong. Mallory looks like John Wayne Casey. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mike, I think you might be right. But Mallory could have done all this. See, if Mallory was smart, and of course she thinks she is, that's another common thread. Some of the people who think they're the smartest. Now, I will say, I think Mallory has got a little more going on upstairs than a lot of them do. But to me, I mean, clearly she's in the bridge burning business. Because if it had been me, and I was sitting in Mallory's shoes, she could have very easily and artfully found a way to fly the Lucky Charms flag for Dolly, and speak out about how petty and stupid she thinks this is, while at the same time not throwing Queen Bee and all her panel guests under the bus. So she either didn't know how to do it or she didn't care to do it. She used her for what she wanted to use her for. And now I guess she thinks that her interests would be better served being Dolly's BFF, or not BFF. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just what I see. I could be wrong, but I don't know. To me, I don't think you should ever burn a bridge, especially someone who's, extended a courtesy to you. But see, there are so many ill-mannered lowlifes on here that, they don't get it.
Thank you, Wild. Thank you.
Girl, you need to quit worrying about being Dolly and white knighting for Dolly, and you need to get some sleep.
I don't give a shit if it's wax. I don't care if it's plastic. I don't care if it's powder. I don't care. I'm not a goddamn soap maker, and I don't make candles either. I buy the shit from Target or Walmart or Publix. That's where I'm one of the regular folks in life. I don't. Jesus to God. I don't need to go. So I'm not here. I'm not here encouraging people to go buy. You don't got to go buy from the soap man. But listen, I'm not here either to tell people not to, right? But
and neither am I. I do not give two shits. Give Dolly all your money. Buy all his funky soap that he makes in his kitchen without a stove, or his lab without a window covering. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, why do all these people label you a hater just for speaking what everybody with a little bit of common sense is thinking? Like, I don't hate any of these people because they're fucking irrelevant to me. I use them for content. See, I will very proudly say, yes, I am using you for content, and I'll use him for content, and I'll use Betty and all the rest of them. So what, like, if you put your shit out here, well, you're fair game. Just like I am. The difference between me and them, I don't go trying to dig into your life. I don't try and find your family. I don't try and find your job. I could not be bothered. This is not that important. It's a fucking hobby. I feel like I need to start saying, I'm not jealous. I'm not a hater. I'm not trying to get in anybody's pocket. I'm like, you can keep all your shekels over there. I'm good. Whoopi, how did you get in here? Oh my God, that's so funny. I looked over and the big giant fat cat is at the door wanting out. Michael, I didn't know you came in. When did you sneak in? Okay, you can go out. Bye. You guys know what I'm saying. I just don't get this whole, like, if you speak out about what everybody sees, you're a hater. Nope. And I do know this. If you are a woman who cannot say something nice about another woman, even one you don't like, then there's something wrong with you. I've got like 10 minutes, so we're gonna pause with Mal, and I think end it kind of like we started it. Betty and the whole, like, her just fucking going off about the airport. I mean, am I the only? What is wrong with these bitches? Like, it seems like these people don't have a happy moment in their life. They are always bitching and pissed about something. But it's those of us who point it out because you're acting like a damn cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You haven't even mastered the English language beyond like middle school words, but you're presenting yourself as some kind of, I mean, insert job. But if you point that out, you're a hater. Hey, Running Bear. Hi to Kelly. So it seems like a lot of people think in the chat that Mal, it wants to be Molly. God, it's so hard to talk about those two at the same time. I mean, that's another one. You know, nonsense. When I was cleaning my closet yesterday, listening to you, I found myself saying, yeah, that. When you were talking about how you felt like Molly was, okay, this is a new one. Redneckzilla. Sheba Dodge, much moon in you. Okay. Welcome. You will now be known as Redneckzilla and all the rest. It was hard enough to say one time. Hey, Joneson. I agree. I when you said that you think she's very unhappy, lonely, I think there's a lot of them like that, because it's so weird on here. It's almost like I don't know any people that act like that in my daily life. Like I don't know if they all are drawn to YouTube like a moth to a flame. I don't know, but yeah, it's not anything personal. It's just, this is just all my opinion. And I don't know. It never fails to surprise me. The dirty, low down shit these people do. And I think if you're on here long enough, you probably just reconcile yourself to the fact that people, I mean, it's kind of part of the economy on here. What makes this place turn? Money, ego, people, linking up or affiliating because one wants something the other one has. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just can't believe that Mallory, I don't have any problem with her coming out and supporting Dolly. That's not the problem for me. The problem is all the other shit that she said that she didn't need to say about somebody who gave her a platform. When that, I mean, I think about when that St. Jude shit happened, and there were a lot of people who really vehemently disliked her when that was going on. And it just, I wouldn't have, well, and she wouldn't have asked me, but I wouldn't have wanted her. I wouldn't have wanted to give her a platform to come tell her story. Bitch, tell it on your own channel. So the fact that she would then, and for me, it's, I don't know. I'm just always puzzled by when I see somebody who does something in direct contrast to, and I'm not special. I mean, I like to think I'm pretty, hopefully, pretty normal in the way I try and deal with people. And it's not just people on YouTube. I mean, I try it in my real life. I don't burn bridge. I try not to burn bridges. I mean, sometimes shit happens, but I don't know. There's not much loyalty on here. So, what do you guys want to talk about next? I'm about over this Summer Wells and all these, oh my God, these fucking vultures. I had a couple things written down. Oh, shit, it's not with me. That I want to talk about. I'm trying to come up with a new name for prayer garden. I mean, there's sewer garden, but I didn't come up with that. That's been around. I was trying to think of something with a P. Oh, hell. I thought of one. Of course, I can't remember it now. Goddamn, getting old sucks. Gate. Well, you know what? Honestly, I try. I really do. And y'all, believe me when I tell you, I hold back and don't say a fraction of the shit I want to say. But I am going to go back and listen to Mallory about these proxy channels. What is she, the fucking YouTube police? I mean, I think I gotta, I don't have to watch it I know what a proxy is, so I'm pretty sure I've got a handle on it. But I mean, it's interesting, the concept, but like, who cares? I mean, to me, it's ironic. I love irony. And I think it's very ironic that the woman who can no longer be on YouTube and who got the boot from YouTube is still very much a part of the YouTube economy. And I mean, I personally love that. Like, I like exploiting all these assholes. My husband has a saying, like, in a situation like this, he will say, ride that rocket ship right into the ground until it bursts into flames. I love that. And I have no problem doing that. I think it's great that people are able to use her and her content, but she doesn't get anything out of it. Not here. I love that. I think that's great. And I maybe there's some wrong with me, but I absolutely proudly say and 100% acknowledge that I am using all those a-holes for content, and I will exploit the shit out of them with their content that they produce and give us, and I'll ride that rocket ship right on into the ground. So how's that? I love that. What do we think about Jaundice being Prayer Garden's new BFF? Oh my, how far you have fallen. Justin, I don't think that Well, I mean, you do need to find a Sephora and get a shade. You desperately need a shade match, okay? Um, and I don't know if you and Molly still get together and hang out IRL. I don't. Oh, listen, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, and you probably do not want to hang out with Prayer Garden because something tells me that she's probably got a lot of friends that you probably wouldn't be their cup of tea. Let's just say that. So I wouldn't be heading over to her trailer park anytime soon, okay? And I don't know. I have a feeling that I don't think y'all will be trading caftans, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no. I think she's probably a little smaller than you. And even if you guys are like, the same size, well, I always say Prayer Garden's she's one or she's the other. She's either as big as this straw or, as big as my house. There's no in between. Sephora, yeah. Oh God, I try and not even go in that part of the mall. It's hard to get away from cosmetics, though. Oh, it's so hard. Every store I do believe that in retail, in the brick and mortars that are left, I don't know if it's still holding true right now, but for several years, cosmetics have been, that's what's carrying them through. Just think about it. Not everybody that rolls up, especially when you're talking about your higher end department stores, Nordstrom, Neiman Sachs, those kind of stores. Not, few and far between are people that are going to drop, $5, $6, $7, $10,000 on a handbag. But most women will spend 30, 40, $50 on a tube of lipstick. So it was definitely cosmetics that were carrying the brick and mortars through. Hell, even the online stores. All right, y'all, I got to hit it. I got to go. I've got to go wait for a refrigerator. But I will be back. Oh, Redneck. Is that Redneckzilla? Is that right? I used to watch Shark Tank. I haven't watched it in a while. Jewelry is a gigantic markup too, but cosmetics. I tell you what, Jeffree Star, I like his makeup. Is it the best makeup I've ever used? No, but it's very good. I have no complaints about it. The price is great. You want to talk about somebody who he literally went from living in his car to now being a mogul from cosmetics. And I dare say if he has kids, his kids will never have to work. Their kids will never have to work. And he's smart with money. I have all that from cosmetics. I love that. CK, oh my God. You don't know Prayer Garden, girl? Go put that. She is an illiterate. She's a cross between, think The Hills Have Eyes, illiterate, cross between a badger and a viper. That's Prayer Garden. Okay, that's me. That's my cue. Oh, damn it. How do I make it stop? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. This was fun. I might come back on later tonight if I can get together something fun to talk about. I'm sick of talking about mouth. Y'all got the point. You know how I feel about it. So this was fun. I may be back later today. I definitely will not be here tomorrow. No, Friday. What's today? Shit, y'all know I don't know what day it is. It's Tuesday. I think it is. We will reconvene soon. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.